Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Harrington, and right now I'm going to show you one of the strategies for subtraction where we actually use addition on the number line to solve subtraction problems. So we're going to find the difference between these numbers. So the way that we do this on the number line is to start with the lower number in the equation. So here we're going to start with 13, and instead of moving backwards, we're actually going to count up. Um, so really, instead of 36 minus 13, we're solving the equation 13 plus how many will equal 36. In school, I teach my students to write this reverse missing addend addition equation. And we talk about how this number here, this missing addend, is really the same thing as the answer to this subtraction problem. So we start out with a 13 on this side, and now we have to count up, and we're going to end at 36. One of the biggest mistakes is sometimes if students don't label the end on their number line, they'll just keep counting and forget that they have to stop. So if I'm starting out at 13, I can add 10 to 13 and get to 23. And then I can add another 10 to get to 33. And then this is obviously not to scale. Then I just have to add another 3 to get to 36. So the place where I find my answer when I'm using this strategy is on top of the number line. How much did I have to count up in order to get from 13 to 36? Well, if I add 10 plus 3, that equals 23. So my answer to 36 minus 13 is 23. For 72 minus 28, we'll try it again with this problem. Again, the problem here I'm really trying to solve is 28 plus how many will equal 72. And this number here, this missing addend, will be the same number as the answer to my subtraction equation. So if I start out at 28, now I have to count up to 72. So I can put that on my number line here, or once I'm really good at it, I might not have to start out that way. All right, so one thing I try and show them that's an easy way to do this, and they don't have to, again, how they count up depends on what they're most comfortable with. But I sometimes will count up 2 more or however many more I need to get to that next landmark, which is 30. And now that lets me add on a lot easier. So I know that if I add 40, 30 plus 40 is going to equal 70. And now I just have to add 2 more to get to 72. Now I can add on the numbers that I have on the top here. 40 plus 2 is 44. So my answer is 72 minus 28 is 44. Okay, trying that again. For my larger numbers, 176, I'm going to start here with 176, and I'm going to count up to 329. So using that same strategy that I used in the second problem, I would add 4 more to get to 180. And now I would add 20 more to get myself to 200. That's an easy place to work from. And then I can add another 100 to get to 300. And then I have to add 29. I can add 20 and then 9 more, or I can add it all as one group. Sometimes I like to make sure, like I could just put 29 here, but then when it comes to adding all these together, that might be more difficult. So if I get to that spot, I might add first the tens and then the ones. So now if I can add all those together, I know this is a little difficult to read on my little drawing tool here, but I hope you can bear with me. So 100 plus 20 is 140. 140 plus 9 is 149. 149 plus 4 is 153. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, okay, 153. So there you go. When it comes to using these solving these larger equations, I really find the counting up strategy to be a lot easier for students. And plus, when you go to a store when they get older, maybe they'll be they'll be able to count change more easily. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for tuning in for our Finding the Difference on the Number Line.